Okay. Welcome again. Last time we basically just did like the introduction of the game. And you got a chance to, we got to see like the articles and stuff. So, we got a few more reading that we have to do before we actually get anywhere. So, we have the official website. My camera's a little blurry. It's okay. Let's see. The World is an MMORPG, massive multiplayer online RPG. Enjoy many people, many players worldwide. Gain fame as a top-class adventurer. Become Emperor of the Colossus. Take part in quests and explore the world, or just relax and take in the glorious scenery. There's more than one way to enjoy the world and more than one path to take. You too can become a resident of the world and live the life as you desire. And the big focal point in the World R2 is the scenery. Being able to look at the environment. Where in the World R1, the environment was dead. Crest and stem technology, Chaos Gates. This is a crest device that is key to creating a barrier that stops monsters from invading the town. Each town has at least one Chaos Gate, and you must use this warp into a field or dungeon. Steam Alchemy. This is an alchemy device created by combining steam and crest technology. Just toss any item from old equipment to spare items in, and the device will transform into a different item. Although the device was first invented to transform scrap iron into gold, the types of items that can be transformed is now restricted by law since economic predicted it would wreak havoc on the economy. Steam bikes. It is a steam-powered bike invented by humans. It is an extremely expensive item, and just riding one of these would earn you jealous stares from the people in town. Gondola. The gondola has been historically used to navigate the canals in Makanu. Transportation provided by gondolas used to be essential to everyday life, but with the steady advance in technology, it has mostly lost its origin purpose and has become more of a tourist attraction in Makanu. Genesis of Grief, long time ago. Before the earth and the heavens existed, two brothers lived in the world, able to read each other's hearts without so much as a glance. The two were fully satisfied. The world was the two were the world. One day the elder deity accidentally broke the younger deity's treasure sword. Furious, the younger deity retaliated by slashing the elder deity's treasured spear with his broken sword. The spear was split in half, and the elder deity erupted in anger, and so the glaring at each other, one holding his broken sword, the other his broken spear, they fought. That's a big of a cliche in a lot of the movies. The war waged for 7 days and 7 nights. On the 8th night, the younger deity realizes their fondness and went to the elder deity to request a truce. The elder deity, still blind with anger, saw this was an opening and thrust his spear. The spear pierced the crest of the younger deity and took his life. The younger deity's final breath became the heavens, and his fallen body became earth. The fountain of blood erupted high and became the sun. The broken sword shattered and formed the moons and stars from the heavens. Feeling great shame, the elder deity wept. His tears became rain and fell to the earth, forming ocean of deep contour. From eternity tranquility, the world was set into motion. New life. The elder deity mourns the loss of the younger deity for many years, but eventually he grew accustomed to his sad, lonely life. One day, unable to bear his loneliness any longer, the elder deity removed one of his eyes and created a goddess. The new goddess looked at the elder deity and exclaimed, "Thou art handsome." With this voice, the world was filled with sound. Kind of sounds like I'm reading the Bible, doesn't it? The elder deity and the new goddess gave names to each other. The elder deity received the name of Sol, the god of creations, and the goddess Nilin, the goddess of harvest. Then the elder deity created the land of the dead in the darkest part of the world and sealed the spirit of the younger deity and gave him the name of Sunurnus, however you pronounce that, the Lord of the Dead. This was how all things were named and given a purpose. Sol gave birth to more gods and goddesses. Nilin gave the new gods names, and Sol gave them purpose. One ruled the sun, and another ruled the oceans. One ruled the weaving thread, and another the stones, or the stoves. This was how the sun traveled the sky. The oceans beat against the shores. The looms spit out threads. The stoves held the fire within. Sol then gave birth to trees, plants, beasts, birds, fishes, and insects. They were all spread throughout the world and found a place to live. The world was filled with life. Last to be created were the elves. Sol created them in his image, and he loved them best. Sol asked all the gods and all the creatures to grant the elves their blessing. Each god, goddess, and creature happily gave its blessing to the elves. As a result, the elves were faster, stronger, smarter, and more beautiful than any other creature, and they were able to speak the language of all creatures. However, Sunurnus, the Lord of the Dead, withheld his blessing from the elves, unaware of the darkness. The elven hearts were ever wrapped in light. But because of the elves had an incredible innocence to them, the fools, gods, entrusted the earth to the elves, created their own realm to the heavens known as Elseltri, the city of the dawn. And so the elves ruled the earth and the gods ruled the heavens. The gods built a path connecting the earth and the heaven and called it the heavenly path. Heavenly path was used to deliver the light of the heavens and the gods down to the earth. Guarded by the light of the sun and the light of the gods, life on earth flourished, and it seemed that peace would last forever. But as time passed, the elves began to believe that their power equaled those of the gods. They built the aerial fort in the sky to enter the realm of the gods and insist that they be treated as gods. Sol was furious that he took from the elves all that were good in them. The elves became slower, weaker, uglier than any other creature. Merlin scorned these foolish creatures and named them humans. The despised. There were some who protested the treatment of the elves at the hands of the gods. They were the elves who did not wish to go against the gods. They stormed the heavenly path and threw themselves before the gods and cried, "Why must you push us when it was not we who drew our swords against you?" The gods answered, "That is true, but that is not the only sin," the elves asked again. What do you mean by that, O gods? The gods answer back. Very well then. When your brethren raise their swords against us, where were you and what were you doing? To that the elves replies, we were at the altars praying to your gods. We prayed that the fools who disobeyed you would receive your divine punishment. Gods restored him. Were you not merely praying that your own lives be spared? The elves' face turned red and they could not reply. Suddenly the gods showed their anger. You are more foolish than the fools who do not know their place, lower even than the humans. From this day on, you will wear a mask showing your supposed innocence and petty. Just as the thundering judgment was made, each of the elves that gathered at the heavenly path began to transform. They grew tails, and their beautiful faces turned into those of beasts. When they saw how they had changed, they screamed in shame, disappearing into the dark corners of the world. Bad. Grunty race. Having lost their wisdom, humans brought war and chaos to the world. They had been reduced to creatures concerned only with domination. So they commenced to make war on all the other races. Sol gazed down in sadness to the ruined earth and decided to use the goodness that he had taken from the elves to create the race of grunties. He dispatched them to return peace to the world. But the gods were afraid that the grunties would suffer the same flaw as the elves voiced objection to Sol's action. So Sol cast a curse upon the grunties in their flame. Listen carefully to me. I have cast a spell on you. It is a curse, and a magic word is its key. If someone, even just one person on this earth, says this word, a terrible calamity will befall on all of you. The grunties beseech them. Great Lord, when this calamity occurs, how are we to escape? God nodded his head and answered, you must not oppress others. You must not be bitter. You must not be envious. Have a good and pure heart and live your days peacefully. The secret word was told to all gods and all the creatures except for humans. The gods were satisfied and the grunties were sent down to earth. Without shedding a drop of blood, the grunties stopped the violence of the humans, who joyed in the gods, created magical powers and gave it to grunties. But even with such great powers, the grunties did not fall prey to the sins of pride. Banquet of conspiracy. Grunties were loved by all creatures with the exception of the bitterly jealous humans. This has become all the things that made grunties so wonderful and once belonged to the humans. Humans began to look for grunties' weaknesses and learn of the curse the soul had cast on them. Enjoyed the humans next set out to learn the secret word, but even the normally talkative monkeys would not betray the secret word. So the humans held a banquet and invited all the gods and creatures in order to fog their minds with drink. One after another, the guests became intoxicated until finally only the snake, the strongest drinker, remained. The snake still would not tell the secret word, so the humans brought out their strongest drink and gave it to the snake. As expected, the snake became drunk and told the secret word to the humans. The humans rejoiced and intoned the words. Immediately the grunties lost their intelligence, found themselves unable to stand upright. The humans called them Poochie, Pongo, made them into their beasts of burden, and they proceeded to continue their war against the other races. For telling the secret words, the snake was punished by having to forever crawl about the earth on its stomach. That is sad. Path of evil, the gods fell into despair over the human deeds and created a great gateway called Morrigu Barrow, and blocked off earthly access to the heavenly path so that none could ever enter heaven. Along with the sealing of the heavenly path, the light of the gods was also blocked from earth. Without the protections of the gods, the earth gradually became wilder and began to corrupt by a dark power called the shadow. Corrupted by the shadow, and the earth overflowed with monsters and demons. These demons roamed the world and killed everything in their path. Many creatures were lost as a result of their brutality. Humans also came under attack by the monsters. They formed barriers in the major cities and closed themselves off. They fought against the monsters, lost battles after battle. One by one, the cities were cut off from each other. The barriers protecting the cities were destroyed one after another. Finally, only 5 cities remained standing. Goddess Aurora, the savior of the mankind, was a young apprentice magician. He confined himself in the temple of Arcolin and prayed to the gods in exchange for his life. He was able to call upon the 6 great spirits and 2 goddesses, the 8 gods that were summoned here. Vulcan, the fire spirit; Meros, the water spirit; Crake, the wood spirit; Yarthinx, the earth spirit; Lancerer, the lightning spirit; Wireneck, the darkness spirit; Anu, the star goddess; and Aurora, the goddess of light. The light of the gods shined once more on the blessed earth. The shadows was contained. Thanks to the newfound peace, humans once again prospered, but it did not last long. Once the threat of the shadow was gone, the humans began to fight with each other. After sealing the shadow, the 8 gods and goddesses remained on earth, but some were angered by the foolishness of humans, and others grieved their righteousness and left, until finally only Aurora remained, fearing that the light of the heavens would again depart the earth. Humans placed 8 curses on Aurora and sealed her inside the old bronze cathedral. We heard about Aurora, the goddess of light, in the last game. Battle against the gods. When the gods learned that a goddess had been imprisoned, their fury knew no bounds, and they vowed to destroy mankind. But the humans had no intention of meekly succumbing to the extinction, and used their magic powers to devise a weapon that they could use to fight against the gods. So began the war between the gods and the humans. Humans were no match for the power of the gods. The aerial city of Fort Oak fell from the sky, and the island city of Dun Lorage was crushed underneath it. The cultural city at Carmina Gadelica was destroyed by the god of the lightning. Many lives were lost. In the last resort, the humans took all of Aurora's powers and transformed it into magic power and fired it at the heavens. Heaven was engulfed in flame, and the gods fled or fell burning to die upon the earth. The humans sacrificed much as well. The relic city, they have failed. From where the goddess power was fired, was reduced to ashes, and many excellent magicians died along with it. So ended the age of the gods. God's rebirth. All the gods in the heavens disappeared, but a single God who remained on earth lived. This was the God of law, Fulset, who guarded the gate to block the heavenly path. Winning the war against the gods, the humans wanted the wisdom and power of the gods, and stormed Murugubaro and demanded Fulset to invite them into the realm of the gods. But Fulset refused to gain or grant them entry. At first, the humans pointed their weapon at Fulset and demanded he open the gate. Fulset answered thus, "Do whatever you wish. There is no way any of your weapons can harm me." The humans followed his words and tried to attack Fulset in any they could, but they were not able to harm even a single hair on his head. Once they learned that force was to no avail, they tried to convince him to open the gates by seducing him with gifts. After seeing the gifts, Fulset said to the mountain, "A gift for me if you wish. I'll make a mountain twice the size in an instant." Before Fulset was even finished completing his sentence, a mountain of gifts, more lavish than the gifts of the humans, sprang up before their eyes. After learning that both force and flattery were of no avail, the humans got on their knees and begged pathetically. "If a power that is great, then the shadow emerges, we would fall into ruin. But if we could regain the wisdom and power that lies beyond this gate, we would be able to protect ourselves and not fight one another. So please open the gate." Fulset laughed and answered them, "Was it not you who took up sword and shield and slew the gods? You should suffer for your sins." Protesting, the humans replied, "So are you saying that we should have simply allowed the gods to drive us all to extinction?" Fulset shook his head and answered, "Recall first the sins that you committed. Is it not just the sinners who receive judgment?" To this, the humans could make no reply. Fulset continued to speak, "But all beings have the right to atone for their sins. Human, child of sin, if you want this gate open, to bring back the lost gods, the gods will rise again, born from the dogma of the believers. If they are true gods, then I will open this gate, bring back what has been lost. Only then will you be pardoned." So the humans argued over God's rebirth, once again made war against each other. World without gods. The world fell into stagnation without the gods. With none to command them, the sun stood in place, and the tides ceased to ebb and flow. The moon gave forth no thread, and the ovens no warmth. Mankind now had to perform all these functions themselves. Despite their hardship, humans did not cease their wars with each other. Soon they invented different type of magical tools to improve their lives. 10 years after the great war with the gods, a researcher visits the ruins of Fordham. Many have avoided the ruins of Fordham. Leah, Bale, Carmina, Fidelis, and Dunn, rage after the Great War in fear and hatred that they were haunted by the spirits of the dead, gods and goddesses. This belief was further enhanced by the fact that most who set out to explore the ruins never came back. However, this particular researcher did return, and he brought along with this creature with a body of human, a head and tail of an animal. This creature was a beast. Berry cookies. What about the popcorn? Put your popcorn emojis in chat. Humans and beasts. At first, humans and beasts were friendly with each other. But while the beasts reverted nature and old ways, the humans were too innovative. It was the beasts who first discovered the creature called chim-chims. When the beasts saw the light of the gods in the chim-chims, they decided to revere them as a legacy of the gods. The humans captured the chim-chims and researched them, and after discovering a way to extract energy from them, used them to invent steam machines. The beasts protested this treatment. The humans would not listen. As the humans' use of the steam technology advanced, they abandoned magic as old and obsolete. The beasts continued to revere magic culture and rejected steam technology. Humans scoffed at the beasts for being stubborn and small-minded. Beasts came to despise the human foolishness. Eventually, the beasts decided they could not leave the gods' rebirth to the fools and proclaim that they too were participate in God's rebirth. Force had granted their participation. Humans were outraged. They believed that the God's rebirth was their right. The two sides, antagonists towards each other, began to deepen, and finally war broke out. Humans gathered their armies, steamed weapons, found their weapon production was lagging behind, but desperate. They built a great factory of Bragipona, but still they were unable to create the necessary weapons. Beasts were mighty in the ways of magic, but were small in number. They were not unable to marshal a large enough army. Humans were weaker, but more numerous. Beasts were stronger, but fewer in number. And the war continued to rage on. Kind of sounds like the humans are the bad guys in this. 3 dogmas. Both humans and beasts grew tired of this long years of war. However, neither side was able to strike a decisive blow. None knew a way to stop the cycle of wars and bring the entire gruesome conflict to an end. In this never-ending cycle, a new faction was born, composed of both humans and beasts. The new faction concentrated on pure pursuit of power and incorporated the press technology derived by humans and the steam technology loathed by beasts. Both humans and beasts were afraid that this new faction would enter the war, but they were sending emissaries to both humans and beasts and called for a ceasefire. At first, both races were hesitant, but they both were forced to accept from the sheer toll brought on by the war. So the war began between the two races, ended, but the conflict continued. These continued to insist on participating in the God's rebirth, and the new faction proclaimed their participation as well. Humans chanted for steam technology and innovation. Beasts were for press technology and tradition. And the new faction for the pure pursuit of power. They began a quiet war without a show of force. No winner was decided in this war, since no gods were born from any of these forces. Three-way war continued, and in time, the faction came to be called the following: Arvak, the Innovators; Ogmios, the Conservative; the Teutate, the Pursuer. To this day, the three-way war knows no end, and as quietly drives the world ever closer to its doom. So we have player characters, which are the humans. They are an ancient race said to be the true descendants of the elves. Many humans have a tendency to look down on the beast tribe because of their primitive way of thinking and technology. The animosity between the two races has ceased strife. In the past, all humans have very average abilities, parameters. They're capable of doing just about anything. They are highly adaptable and able to handle all kinds of obstacles that come to them. And you got your beasts. Beasts are a rare race of creatures with the body of a human and the head and tail of an animal. They place a high value on technology and culture from ancient times and tend to resist innovation. As a result, same technology has yet to spread in their cities. Beasts are separated into three tribes that are differentiated by their appearances, abilities, parameters. Although beasts possesses amazing abilities and skills in some areas, they are also extremely vulnerable in others. They pose fierce, united fronts with their tribe to overcome these valuables, and we already read those. Tribes. Beasts are roughly divided into the following three tribes. Yad tribe. Beasts of the Yad tribe have fairly large bodies. Although they have bodies of steel that are capable of resisting physical damage, they have limited understanding of magic and are very vulnerable against magic attacks. The Leah tribe. Beasts of the Leah tribe possesses bodies that are similar in proportion to humans and have the quickest reflexes and speed. They have an average physical and magical ability similar to humans, but are slightly less resistant. Two tribes. Beasts of the two tribes are smaller than the others. They are highly sensitive and possesses great magical abilities and wisdom. Their bodies are much more fragile. They pose almost no resistance to physical attacks. Non-player characters, gods and goddesses. Gods and goddesses created and ruled the world long ago. Most were slain in past wars. Only two of them have been confirmed to exist this day. God of Law, Folset, excuse me. Folset guards the Marigo barrel wall that blocks the heavenly path. It is said, only those who are worthy can open these gates and enter the land of the gods, the city of Dawn, Celatri. We read this article here. Sononis, the Lord of Death. Sononis was defeated by his older brother Sol, the god of creation, and was sealed in the kingdom of death. Refusing to recognize his own death, Sononis appeared to his brother 7 times to be brought back to the land of the living, but was denied all 7 times. Furious, he led his army of the dead against Arcelatri, the city of Dawn, in order to force Sol to return his soul back into his body. When he tried to cross the lake of the dead world of Indigalt loomed, the root of the white giant tree Pelagug came down and blocked him. Sinonis was forced to return to the kingdom of the dead. It is said that Sinonis still fought to return to the land of the living and rule over it. The monsters in the world are said to be his pawn. Vital Vistas. Vital Vistas are machine dolls created by system technology and are treated as domestic servants by humans. They have high dexterity and are capable of operating complex devices that even humans have difficulties with. They are also equipped with self-awareness equal to that of a child and are able to judge matters on their own. Recently, some Vital Vistas have come to possess self-awareness very close to humans. They have become self-sufficient and started to disobey commands issued by their masters. Some now have independently in towns and have jobs, and more humans are now worried that eventually the Vital Vistas will revolt against them. Grunties! And we know about Grunties from the last game. Grunties are famous for their triangular hats and their distinctive speech. They were cursed by Sol, the god of creation, were turned into Uchipongo and became beasts of burden for humans. However, they assumed their original form when humans defeated the gods. They are often entrusted to Managirl's positions of important facilities and secretaries to VIPs due to their peaceful nature and excellent communications abilities. Chim-chims, and we will run into a bunch of chim-chims. Chim-chims are the only creatures that are able to produce chim spears, the raw materials that is needed to utilize steam technology. Most chim-chims are quite timid and tend to flee when they encounter other races, but some are quite aggressive in nature and will attack only other races they may encounter. Elves. Elves are a race that died out long ago. They are said to be the ancestors of humans and beasts. Spirits. Spirits are tiny spirits that inhabit streams and forests. Magic spells harness their powers. Okay. Factions. Three main factions currently oppose each other in the world. Arvak of the humans, Ogmios of the beasts, and Kutates comprises of both humans and beasts. These three factions sometimes fight and sometimes cooperate with one another in a three-way war. Arvak, the innovators. With their steam technology and innovation way of thinking, the Arvak are represented by the symbol of a shining sun. Centered around the internal city of Makanu and the dual city of Breg Epona, they are led by a man named Ishmael. Although directly opposed to the Ogmios, they exchange system technology with the Teotates in exchange for help in weapons manufacture. Ogmios, the conservatives, composed of the beasts with their crest technology and conservation ways. Ogmios is represented by a great gate and a magic circle. Centered around the celestial city of Doldona, they are led by a woman formed the two tribe named Bipu Bapu. They directly oppose the Arvak, but they exchange crest technology with the Teotates in exchange for manpower. Teotates the pursuers. Teotates are a mixed force of humans and beasts, with a pure hunger for power. Their symbol is the roaring lion and staff. Centered around the warring city, Luminacloth, their leader is a young human male named Al-Azif. They receive steam technology by manufacturing weapons to Diavok, and receive crest technology from the Agmeos by providing military support. Adventurers. Adventurers are a machinery force formed by the Teotates. Most adventurers join small-scale wars. Bands called guilds work from within them, in exchange for being allowed to use space and at home or borrow bikes. Adventurers and guilds promise to support Teotates. Also, guilds that contribute greatly to Teotates are given the right to use one of the 3 capsules owned by Teotates. Among the adventurers are some who wish to rise to the top of the Teotates and perform the gods' rebirth themselves. Threats. Monsters that are controlled by the shadow that lurk outside the root town. Ogres. Goblin rookies. Goblin rookies are goblins that have just been appointed to their duties. They have not received much training and are unable to guard against enemy attacks. Their physical abilities are much lower than veteran warriors and are easily defeated. However, they are still warriors and can easily overpower an adventurer by their sheer numbers. Gun Giant. Gun giants are monsters with large cannons on their arms. Their blindness allows them to have exceptional hearing. They can detect even the faintest sound from their intended target. Despite their large size, they are agile and can jump up and fire on a large area. Humans. Carries. Carries are monsters that are always covered by a shell. They have strong aversion to showing their true form and hold on to their shell even when they are attacking. It is widely believed that when their skills do get broken, or shells do get broken, they viciously attack anything around them from the humiliation of showing their faces. They are very slow when they have their shells still on, but once the shells are broken, they are very agile and quick to attack their enemies. Hello there, Phoenix. Alright. Most monsters disappear when the 6 great spirits and the 2 goddesses were victorious over the shadow, but they began to increase in strength after the humans destroyed the gods. Sea monsters. Spearfish. Spearfish gets its name from the long horn on its forehead and the swimming motion it makes while gliding through the air. Its elastic horn and skin are favored as alchemy materials. Some adventurers even hunt them exclusively for this purpose. Supernatural. Bach Juggler. Bach Juggler are created when swords that were left behind on the battlefield are possessed by the souls of dead soldiers. Since they were first inanimated objects, some scholars believe that they should not be considered as monsters. It is believed that the dead souls do not realize that they are dead and will stay on this earth until the swords they have possessed are broken. It is just said that it will suck the souls of those who have been struck down by his blade. Because of this, even seasoned adventurers hesitate to fight this monster. Avians. Ravenclaw. Harry Potter? Ravenclaws are big birds with a beak divided into 4 parts and 1 leg. Although they had 3 eyes on their heads, they suffer from poor vision. They normally feed on large animals' carcasses, but may hunt other prey in packs during mating season. Plants. The crumpled tree. This enemy here, if you see it, you'll probably laugh. The crumpled tree is a gigantic monster that looks like a tree stump. It has a large face on the side and is said to communicate by its facial expression. Although it has a mouth, it is only used to convey its facial expression and is incapable of speech. Their branches, leaves, trunks are all used in alchemy. There are virtually no wasted parts on them. It is difficult to tackle this monster by a solo player. It is advised to attack them in a group. Demon Beast. Bok Fang. Bok Fang is a dog-shaped monster with enormous teeth. They're stray dogs that were abandoned by their owners and transformed into monsters by the power of the shadow. They harbor deep anger towards humans who have abandoned them, although they seem to be proficient in physical attacks. They're also versatile in magic attacks with the power of the charms that surround their mane. Die. Make sure your mom doesn't lose her dog. They become one of these things. It was recently discovered by an adventurer that these charms were not created by the shadow, but instead were placed on them purposely by an individual. The culprit is still unknown at this time, and both the Ogmios and the Teotates are investigating. The Mecha Beast. Steam Shell. Steam shells are magical weapons that were left behind after being used in the war between the humans and beasts. They were transformed into monsters by the shadow. Monsters systematically attacked without any emotion. It is one of the most hated enemies or hated monsters by adventurers. Ogmios have repeatedly requested that Arbok to take responsibility for the steam shells, but so far the Arbok have evaded answering them and have only said that they are looking into the situation. Dragons. We have Fever Horse. Fever Horse gets its name from its head that is shaped like a horse. It used to be a small creature that dwelled in the ocean, but after it became infected with the power of the shadow, hence why it's called Fever Horse, it now dwells on land. This also resulted in the massive increase in its body size. It is also known as Fire Lancer by some adventurers due to the powerful fire attack it launches from the power of the orb that is hidden in its chest cavity, and the quick piercing attack from its spear-shaped exoskeleton. Crustacean. We got the Ruby Cutter. Rubies in this game die. The Ruby Cutter is a giant crab with a human face. It is said that even cats avoid dead bodies of Ruby Cutters due to its ugly appearance from foul smell and rotten taste. Well, I'm pretty sure Cyrano would definitely stay away from this thing. Although their smell makes for an exceedingly strong alchemy material. They are avoided by most adventurers because of the resulting foul smell. I can be very honest with you. If you're playing this game, you're not worried about the smell. The Hecatone foot. The Hecatone foot may look like a rhinoceros, but actually it is a turtle that has turned into a monster due to the shadow. Its head is covered by a sturdy shell that has the power to pulverize trees or rock with a single blow. Normally, Hecatone foots are quite docile, but they are attacked. They will retaliate and attack anything around them. Their rampages are very violent, and too much of the warriors with light armor and cleric. Alright, jobs. During your initial character creation, you can select the job class for the character. Character's job cannot be changed afterwards. Twin blades. Twin blades have high agility and attack. And attack with 2 strong swords. So every time you play this game, you're always a twin blade. Doesn't matter if you're playing Dahak or you're playing GU. You're a twin blade. Their rapid attacks leave no openings for an opponent to counter-attack. Blade Brandier. Blade Brandiers fight with a sword similar to Katana. It is said that all warrior class derive from this class. Although their abilities are average, they can adapt to a wide variety of situations. Edge Punisher. Edge Punishers are a job class that prefers to wield giant swords. A blow from one of these weapons has enormous power. It can slice most enemies in half with a single stroke. Heroes was in this class. Remember him, Dai? Lord Partisan. Lord Partisan wields a giant lance. No other class can match his piercing power. They have high defense power compared to other classes, but are weaker against magic. Tried Grappler. Tried Grapplers use their own fists as weapons. They have high agility similar to Twin Blades and possess high HP. However, their low defense value makes it crucial to pay attention in battle. Flick Reaper. Flick Reapers wield a giant scythe. The Flick Reaper specializes in attacks meant to keep multiple enemies away. However, they are ineffective at long range. Steam Gunner. Steam Gunners use the steam guns that are developed by humans, specialize in long-range attacks, and are weak against close encounters. But their powerful weapons will keep most enemies away. Oban is a steam gunner. Just to let you know, he's a steam gunner. Adept Rogues. Adept Rogues are eventually capable to equip various weapons and use various magic. However, each weapon must be learned separately and require time, but the training will eventually pay off, making them highly adaptable in any situation. So Haseo will start out as a twin blade, but his character is an adept rogue. And I do like the twin blade. Most of the time I do use the twin blade because you do get faster strike attacks. So Haseo, the protagonist in this game, is the adept rogue. Harvest Cleric. Harvest clerics are experts in healing magic and are allied with the light spirits. They wield a staff in battle in name of Air, the goddess of tranquility. They can use some attack magics after they reach a certain level, but most concentrate on healing and support magic. So this is basically what what's her name? Well, we're not talking about Shino. We're talking about the ones in the hack. She had a baby too. Shadow Warlock. Shadow Warlocks are experts in attack magic and are allied with the dark spirits. They always carry a book of spells known as Grimoire to heighten their magic power. Although they can use some healing magic, their repertoire is limited and not very effective. Macabre Dancer. Macabre dancers are experts at status and ability magic. Since they are allied with both the light and dark spirits, they are proficient in healing and attack magic. They hold large fans in both hands during battle. Their dancing form is said to enchant those who watch. Alright, time to get rid of the bot. Currently no information is available. So this is the official forum. So we will also get words out of this one. How fare these citizens? My name is Governor Tadashi of the Medic Union. I used to be known as the 100-man killer, as well as the 100-man healer. But it's nothing. Pardon me. Just my chronic disease. My guild is here to bring love, bravery, and heal to the world, and our battle is never ending. However, the power of evil is great. Voices yearning for healing grows louder every day. You there, you passionate, fiery ones. Don't you want to do everything you can to smash this awful situation? Well, you're in luck, because I'm searching for warriors just like yourselves. If your heart burns as hot as mine, then come and fight by my side, and let us yell together, and let it be known that healing will return to the world. I eagerly await your application to join. Hold on a sec. I need to get rid of the bot. Entry qualification. As long as you have a fiery passion dancing in your heart, you're qualified to join. Entry procedure. Look at our member list in the next response. Whisper me a color not found on that list, and I'll come meet you myself to give you instructions. I mean, praise you personally. Finally, I will give you a healing charger, at-home key, whatever. And with that, you'll be a member of the Medic Union too. Duty: protect the innocent from the attack of the black-hearted monsters sent from the evil organization, the bad ones. If there are no monsters to be found, heal the people and that area. Say name at the end of... Whatever! Stop correcting me! At the end of your sentence. Since I govern this guild, I don't say 9 myself. Our members' mottos are all from the 2 tribe. Sorry about that, guys. These 18 names are current member list. Steel Red, Private Testaki. Steel Blue, Private Hideo. Steel Black, Private BJ. Steel Thunder, Private Asamu. Steel Pink, Private Lady of the Land. Steel Orange, Private Florence. Steel Silver, Private Rintaro. Steel Curry, Private Ugai. Steel Purple, Private Agnes. Steel Carmine, Private Celeste. Steel Rose, Private Amber. Steel Sand, Private William equals G. Steel White, Private Jinpaku. Steel Cobalt, Private Rio Teku. Steel Green, Private Joyly. Steel Carbon, Private Watson. Steel Crimson, Private Felix. Steel Iris, Private Jill. Thread and responses. I'm sorry, but this is a question completely unrelated to the world. What actually are threads and responses? I see everything used terms like creating a new thread or side responses, but I'm afraid I have no idea what they mean. I'm a total beginner at computers. I've only had mine for 2 weeks. So if anyone could explain these to me without too much jargon, I'd be really grateful. Threads are, well, this is a thread right here. It's used to refer to a string of posts in a forum that talk about a particular subject. For example, someone posts a question in a forum. Someone posts a response to that question. Someone else posts another response. This is how threads get built around a certain subject, with people writing response after response. Create a new thread, refer to the act of one, which is to start a new topic of discussion. A response is just that. A response to a certain subject is a thread. Side response are when one person posts a response in the middle of a conversation. 2 other players are having through responses. Did that help you? Okay, so basically, starting from my first post, asking about threads and responses, and continuing all the way down to this post is a thread, right? And the things you wrote to help me are called responses, right? Is that correct? It sure is. Good job on picking it up so quickly. It's all thanks to you. Thank you so much. Hello there. I just started playing recently. That said, I have a question right off the bat. Normal RPGs always have elements like fire and water, right? Does the world have things like that too? I'd appreciate someone filling me in. We just read an entire Bible talking about elements. It sure does. There are 6 elements altogether: fire, water, wind, earth, light, and dark. But the current version doesn't have light and dark implemented, so right now, pretty much just the other 4. Actually, there are 9 elements in total: fire, water, wind, earth, light, dark, neutral, physical, magical. That's what the Bible said. Among these, fire and water, wind and earth, and light and dark are connected as opposing elements. Opposing elements are elements that cancel each other, and each element's opposite element is also its weak point. Fire monsters are weak against water, and water monsters are weak against fire. Neutral is just that, an element that doesn't belong to any of the other 6. Physical refers to regular attacks, arts attack, and performed with the X button. Magical, on the other hand, refers to all spell attacks. Anyway, that's a rough explanation. Hope it helps. Man, don't you wish that every message that you post allows you to say, hey, press the X button, press the triangle button, press the A button, press the B button. Thanks a lot. If I have any other questions, I'll be sure to ask. Okay, you've all seen an animal that runs away from you at an amazing speed in both fields and dungeons, right? Can anyone tell me what it is? I don't think it's a monster. It's probably a chim-chim or a lucky animal. The question is which one? What did the animal look like? Kind of like a horse, or maybe a bird, or maybe an anteater. It looked like a bunch of things. That's a lucky animal. You're right, it isn't. It's an NPC, which, if you run and catch up to it and kick it, it will give you a lucky effect. An effect that's very beneficial for a player. It's a pretty useful effect, so do your best in tracking them down and kicking them. So these are hints that we could use in game. So pretty much this game is giving us a walkthrough. So what kind of efforts will it give me? Or effects. The effects depends on the lucky animal's appearance. Okay. Here are some examples. Moon Rabbit. Gives XP to all party members. The Ganasha. Elephant. Raises your magic HP and SP to 1.5 times their normal max for a limited time. Baku Anteater. Gives you lots of material items. Mew. A monkey with a snake for a tail. Summoned by a King Chim Chim. There are lots of other effects besides these. Try searching for them in different areas and giving them a shot. Got it. Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you all. I'm Dendeku Den. The other day I broke a barrel in a dungeon and a strange chim-chim came out of it. Then the chim-chim attacked me. I was surprised and inadvertently ran away. But what on earth was it? Could someone please tell me? I'd appreciate it. It came out of the barrel, right? In that case, it was probably a King Chim-Chim. King Chim-Chims are special kinds of Chim-Chim. However, it's not a monster. Normal Chim-Chims will drop Chim Spears and run away if you kick them. But King Chim-Chims will get mad and counterattack you if you try to kick them. King Chim-Chim's main attack is mid-air breath attack. There will be a faint shadow underneath where the King Chim-Chim will land. So try to maneuver yourself behind the landing spot so as not to get crushed. Then kick him several times upon his landing. Once you defeat a King Chim-Chim, you should receive a large number of Chim Spears. Good luck. Okay. So they're called King Chim-Chims. I never would have thought there was any kind of Chim-Chim around that attacked players. So it was quite a surprise. Talomeo, thank you for your information. The next time I see a King Chim-Chim, I'll do my best to take it down. While we were walking around an area, we were PK'd by a guy dressed all in black. First we thought it was just someone being annoying and changed our area, but then he followed us to the new location. I guess it was one of those new stalkers PKers. At any rate, he kept following us everywhere. When I asked him why he PK'd, he wouldn't even answer me. Man, that guy was creepy. We tried to fight back once, but we were no match for him and our whole group was wiped out. It was heartbreaking. That must have been rough for you. I've been PK'd before too, so I know what it's like. It really sucked. Wouldn't say all PKing is bad, but pointless stalker PKing shouldn't be allowed. It's against the law to stalk people in real life, so why would it be any different online? I'm hoping that the law changes to prevent such cases. Please don't let it get you down, June Pride. Don't let the PKers win by giving up the world. What the hell's up with that? That guy just followed you all around without saying a word? What a jerk. I wonder what's going on with the world lately. With all these bugs and stalker PKers, it's getting to be too much. And for that matter, don't go crying just because you got hurt. What kind of guy was it? If you want, I'll track him down myself and set him straight. God dang, I wish there was a whole bunch of players like this guy. Patrice, Stella. Thank you both. I'll do my best. You're right. I won't back down from the stalker. I think he was a artisan. With the same design as me. His entire body was given off a black effect of some sort. So I think he must have had some kind of rare item or ability. His name was... I'm sorry, I forgot. Don't be ridiculous. He was really strong. Wow, that must have been rough. By any chance, was this PKer named Doppelganger? Oh, you're right. That was it. But how did you know? Is he a famous PKer or something? Well, I mean, it's a monster. What do you mean? Well, there's a monster like that out there. It's a monster that takes on the exact appearance of a player and normally doesn't do much except wander around. But when it spots players, it'll attack without notice. Kinda sounds like a creeper from Minecraft. It's said to have a much higher level than the players attacking. So theoretically, no one can beat them, even though there is an HP cap. The reason you felt like it was following you everywhere is because they're in every field. But for some reason, they never show up in dungeons. I wonder why. If you ever see one, well, the best thing to do is to run away without being spotted. No way! So it was a PKer? It was a monster. So it wasn't a PKer? It was a monster, huh? So embarrassed. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. So these are something that we have to be aware of when we go into the world. Now there's no need for that. Everyone has things they don't know. Oh yeah, if you ever end up fighting a doppelganger again, just use a smoke screen to run away immediately. That way you should be able to avoid having your whole party wiped out. Good luck with your adventures. Hi there, I'm Black Cat and emoji face. This is my first post, so I'm kind of nervous. I have a question of sorts. The other day, I ended up becoming the leader for a group. But it was my first time, so I didn't quite know what to do. And I'm afraid I made things unpleasant for the other players, other party members. Actually, they told me to my face how much I sucked. What are some things that I should do better? Lead a party. I eagerly await your instructions. The main thing to keep in mind when leading a party is to keep a good strategy before setting out. Decide who will play what role within the party. Make sure everyone knows who will attack, who will heal, etc. Make a well-balanced party. As much as possible to create a party that is well balanced in both offense and defense. The idea is 2 swordsmen and 1 cleric. Choose an area appropriate for your party. The odds will only be against you if you try to go to an area with monster levels that are over your head. Straightforward approach to an area with a level that fits your party will do much more to raise your XP and build your inventory. Double check your expandable items. Make sure you know beforehand who has how much HP and SP recovery items as well as resurrection items. If there's someone with no items, be prepared to spare some of your own when necessary. That's about all I can do. I think your actions during battles are also important. For example, giving clear orders that fit the immediate battle situation, making sure to pull off Rengekis when the chance presents itself. Have a good grasp of when to use Awakening. I also think that a leader needs to be brave or be decisive enough to run away from a battle when needed. Meeting. I guess double checking items and area setting is the leader's job. I left it up for someone else to do that the last time I became a leader. The next chance I get, I hope to be able to handle these things effectively. Thank you for your help. Harley, I'm sorry, could you be more specific? It would really help me out if you provided some specific examples of what you mean. Sorry to be so selfish after you went out of your way to teach me. Okay, here are some examples. Giving clear orders that fit the battle. There are times during battles when your pre-arranged plans have no effect. When this happens, the leader is expected to have the ability to form a new strategy that meets the needs of the battle on the spot. To be more specific, not much damage is being dealt to an enemy. Have everybody attack all at once or conserve SP and make it into an endurance fight. I've done a number of those in .hack. Endurance fights. That's why it took so long in some of them. Recovery can't keep up with the damage received. Have more player have help with healing or use a smoke screen and retreat. Make sure to pull off Rengekis given the chance to ensure you can use the Rengekis when necessary. Don't go crazy on your skill trigger. If you use the skill trigger too much, there will be times when you have a chance for a chain attack. But you can't use the skill trigger so you miss your chance. Whoops. To prevent this, you need to limit the time you use the skill trigger. For example, in my case, I only use the skill trigger during the following. As soon as the battle starts, when the enemy targets a party member with a little HP, when an enemy tries to use a skill. Have a good grasp of when to use Awakening. This is basically the same as the skill trigger. Awakening is a powerful method of attacking, but if you use it too early, you just waste it and it didn't have that big of an effect. For example, use it when fighting a strong boss level enemy. Use when your companies are in trouble, or companions are in trouble. Use it to defeat an enemy wielding status ailments, such as sleep, etc. How's that? Does that help you? Oh yes, definitely. Thank you for your help. Next time I become a leader, I will do whatever I can so that my party members will approve of me. Alright. Hi there everyone, my name is Tricycle Cop. It is not Officer Tricycle Cop. Not officer tricycle. That. Not officer tricycle. Don't get them mixed up. Here's my question. I would like to try this solo thingy thing. Basically, I want to be a solo called hardcore player. Any tips that will help me do this while be appreciated? Any tips that will help me do this will be appreciated. Thank you very much. Personally, I don't care much for the idea of solo play in an online game, but oh well, here are the basics for solo play. Conserve items. Even if you're a cleric, it is essential to conserve items that will restore your HP and SP. It's also not a bad idea to bring along attack items that will be useful for the area you plan on visiting. Make sure you have an escape plan. Always have some smoke screens and return feathers on you. Know the shortest path back to the platform from where you are in case you run out of items. Research the area you plan on visiting. Check if there are any enemies that have status ailment causing skills in the area you're going to while playing solo. Contracting a status ailment is a quick path to disaster, so it might be better to avoid areas with enemies like that. It's not much, but hopefully this will help for now. Sir Harley, I truly appreciate your guidance. I have a question about your third point. How precisely should one go about investigating what kind of monsters await an area? Why not try making an area transporting there, then immediately transporting back to town? What exactly do you mean? Make an area and transport there. Confirm the enemies that reside there at a distance where they won't spot you, as well as how the map is configured as well as its size. After checking on them, go back to town. Repeat this to look for an area that's appropriate to you. But be careful. When you're close enough to an enemy to see their name, it also means you're close enough for them to spot you. I'll write down the points you need to keep in mind while fighting solo battles. I'll also help you. Use guard and charge attacks, knockbacks as well. When you think an enemy is about to attack, guard before attacking. If you become surrounded, run away to a safer spot. Knock back enemies that'll follow with a charge attack and try to fight them one-on-one. Skill trigger usage. When soloing, it's better to focus on stopping an enemy's skills rather than trying to pull off Rengekis. Save your skill trigger attacks for when you really need them. Don't be stingy with items. Using fewer items will just lead to more death. But don't be afraid to use them a lot. That's about all I can think of. Sir Killer Whale, Sir Renji, thank you both for your guidance. I have one last question. I am currently a level 10 Punisher. Could you tell me the best area for one such as myself to level up? Thank you very much. As for areas, Delta Truthful Marble's Bum area level 10, enemies fire earth. Delta Uproar Blazing Camellia area level 13, element water, are pretty good. The first word should be just right for you, and the second set should be good for a chain. challenge. So, we got words. And here are some other words that we can use. With the levels, you should have a good selection with the following words. First part, sacred warm croaking. Second part, Curran's black. Third part, purebred ocean blue cloud Cassiopeia. Go on and try out these combinations. Combining new words is yet another way to learn. You too, I am indebted, truly indebted. I will do the best I can. Good luck. Monsters field of vision. I have a question about monsters' visibility. Whenever I try to ambush a monster, I always end up getting spotted, and because I am an adept rogue, I rarely get invited to parties. It'll only get worse if they find out that I can't even ambush a monster. I'm not even that good at action games or real-time stuff in the first place, so I'm really in a fix. Could someone please tell me how to ambush right? Any help would do, thank you. For most monsters, their blind spot is behind their backs. You just approach them from behind. It wouldn't matter if you're walking or running, they won't spot you. But even when I approach monsters from behind, there are still times when they get an exclamation point above their heads. I really don't get it. And then before I know it, I'm in a battle. Am I the only one that has this problem? Yep, I know just what you're talking about. I think that happens because the monsters have turned around and spotted you. So don't worry about it. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when they're just starting out. Applestar summed up the theory quite well, but if you're not naturally good at action or games, it can be really hard to know what to do. So at those times, it's best to learn firsthand. Make an area where there's no way you can die. Like level 1 or something, and start monster watching. While you're watching the monsters, you should notice that their behavior follows certain rules and patterns. Things like they walk for a bit, stop, look in different directions, etc. Once you've got their movements down, it's time to start practicing your approach. Run up to them quickly when they're facing away from you. If you keep practicing this, it'll become like second nature in no time. Good luck. Another reason why that happened is maybe you didn't know that field of vision differs with each monster. That might also be part of your problem. Applestar, you help me see the light. Whenever the exclamation point shows up, I always panic and lose track of what's happening. It's a relief to finally understand why that happens, ROFL. Reggie, oh yeah, you're right. That's a great way to keep up from panicking when I'm learning. Thank you for the support. I'll do my best. Bartles, each monster has a different field of vision? Man, I didn't know that. Well then, let me explain. Every monster has a different range of vision depending on how they look. You can broadly divide the monsters into groups, or rather, birds, beasts, and large things. Here's a summary of their different fields of vision. Radius, range, regular, narrow, short. Birds, wide and far. Beast, very narrow, far. Large monster, wide, far. Radius refers to the fan-shaped area in the field of the monsters that represents their field of vision, and range differs to how far that area extends forward. The wider the radius, the further the range means that you just have to be that more careful sneaking up to them. Since this has gotten quite kind of long, I'll go into more details on the different types in separate posts. Okay, here we go. First we got regular type. Regular monsters don't have a wide radius, and they can't see very far. When sneaking up on them, just run up from behind. If you have to sneak up on them from the side, well, just be careful. The most common regular is the goblin. After all, it's lizard and bezos. Next, we have bird monsters. Bird monsters are always flying around, which means that they have a wide radius when looking down. That's why you have to sneak up on birds from directly beneath them. If you try to sneak up from the side, you'll have to be spotted easily. These guys makes it really hard to score an ambush. They're easily the most frustrating monsters around. The most common bird monster is the Ravenclaw. After that, it's Spear Horse and Scavenger. Next up are the beast monsters. Beast monsters have a very narrow radius. They can see pretty far ahead as long as it's directly in front of them. In other words, as long as you don't approach them from the front, there's practically no danger of being spotted by them. You can approach them right from the side and they'll never notice you, and if you sneak up on them from behind, they won't spot you even if they turn around. The most common beast monsters are fangs. After that are probably kettles and carriers. Or carries. Lastly, large monsters, like bird monsters. Large monsters also look down from above and search for players. Their field of vision is roughly the same as bird monsters, though there are some large monsters who have less range than bird monsters. But unlike bird monsters, large monsters are slow, really slow. If they're fast enough, you can even successfully run away, even after they've spotted you. The best way to approach them is basically the same as bird monsters, but you can probably approach large monsters as aggressively as you want. The most common large monster is the steam shell. After that are like the crumple trees and the hecaton foot. That was really informative. Thanks a ton for summing that all up for me. Oh, I don't know if I can keep track of all that info. Don't worry. You'll learn these naturally the more you play. That's how it worked for me. Before I knew it, I realized I already knew a lot of these lol. Rather than getting caught up in the text of all of this information, just go out there and have fun. As this topic says, I can't go to the areas I want to. I've tried going to areas lots of times, but I keep getting the same pitiful weak enemy. I'm a level 3 blade grenadier. Please help things. Neo? You mean that you don't know how to use chaos gates? Do you understand what parameters are? Not a clue. My friend told me a lot when I first logged in, but I had no idea what he was talking about. Would you mind telling me? Just leave it to me, lol. Well, when you open a chaos gate, you get a lot of difficult parameters, right? But there are only two really important ones: area level, treasure level. Just remember these two and you'll be set. You shouldn't have any problems. There's a lot more stuff you can do with these, but that's just for advanced players. You'll be fine without them, so don't worry. Okay, in my next post I'll explain about area levels and treasure level. Area levels is the parameter that determines the level of the monsters in the area. In the world, monsters have levels just like players. because their levels are set up in the same way as ours. If the area level is higher than your player level, that means the monsters will be stronger than you. Same goes the other way around. When setting up the area you want to go to, try setting the area level like this. When playing solo, set it to 3-4 levels beneath your own. When playing with a group, set it to the same as the party average or 1-3 levels higher. Next is, but this will get too long if I keep writing here. I'll write about treasure levels in my next post. Treasure level represents the quality of items that are found in item boxes, treasure chests, wooden boxes, or whatever you want to call them. The bigger the parameters, the bigger the items are in the item boxes. Basically, if you want to get good items, make sure to use words that will raise the parameter. God dang it. I can't see with you on my screen. And last but not least, when you want to get items as easily as possible, try playing around with the third part of the area word. Depending on how you go about it, you might get an area with weak enemies but has great items. Of course, you can't go wrong with setting both the area and treasure level high so you can gather a ton of items and XP. This should let you get to the area you want. Got it? Thank you very much. I think I have the right idea now. I'm going to try going to a chaos game right away. Let me add this. For beginners, it may be good to practice setting the area level that you want. Focus on the treasure level after that. Also, if you think the settings are too hard, try random. This will automatically adjust these settings for the area it will send you to. It's also easy. Just like pulling the lever on a slot machine. Try it out and see what you think. Dai, are you learning about this game? Does Dai want to play the world? Octo Mayonnaise! My map stopped displaying. Is this a bug? Should I email CC Corp? What about this? What should I do? Somebody help me. There's a button in the game where you can actually turn the map off. First, calm down. ROTFL. Second, try logging into the world again. Your map should reappear. Give it a shot, even if you don't believe me. Wow, Renji, my map displayed just fine. Thanks a ton. So basically, if this happens again, I just need to log out and log back in, right? Well, that would work too. I'll write down an easier way to help you out. You can change the map's display status by pressing the select button. Those changes occur in the following order. Normal displays on the top left corner of the screen. Enlarge, full screen display. You can also check missions info and stuff on the screen. Off, map isn't displayed at all. Normal and large off, and it loops. So while it's true, the logging out and coming back in will cause the map to return to normal. It's also a pain in the butt. So you should just remember to press the select button. I see, so I just need to press the select button to change the way the map is displayed. Got it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Dia's like, finally we get to go into the game!
What's going on? Why is my equipment different? What the? I'm back at level 1? What about my items? My member list? My equipment? Gone. It's all gone. My whole character has been completely reformatted.
Hey, did you see that guy just now? With the really weird arm? Totally.
Arm? Ovan? He would know something about this.
Map navigation. Sometimes your next destination is indicated on the map by a cursor. Press the select button to view the map. Okay, so I gotta go where that circle's at.
Hey, do you know what that guy's job was? I don't think I've seen a design like that.
I didn't look that closely.
I saw him head towards the harbor. Maybe I'll go get a closer look.
So, let's take a look here. We need to go down that road. So, we need to go down here. Oh, by the way, these root areas are a lot bigger than what was in R1. So you basically get to explore the world in its entirety instead of in sections.
Really? I thought he looked kinda creepy. So, you like guys that look like that?
Where'd he go?
I think he went down that alley.
Alright. These are item gates here, just so you know. Warp points. My mistake, warp points. They'll warp you to any parts of the root area. Because of how large they are.
It's those player killers.
Huh. It's not much of a challenge when they're so pathetically weak.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Fighting those noobs is making us all rusty.
That rogue that we fought the last time? He really wasn't that bad.
You mean we're going after him next?
Hell yeah. There is no way in hell I can back down after what happened last time.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, what the hell am I hiding for? Why do I have to hide from bastards like them? It's pathetic.
Well, you're hiding because you're a lot lower level than they are.
You're kidding! What the hell's going on?
Gaspard, are you okay?
Huh? What happened?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Hey, are you a new player?
You're a noob? Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I guess I must have scared you, huh?
Hell no, I'm not a noob. I'm the terror of death.
Terror of what?
What? Wait, are you talking about the famous PKK Haseo?
Oh, you're a player killer killer. I knew I'd heard about him somewhere before. But I'm pretty sure the player's name was Haseo.
Are you sure?
Definitely. Yep.
Hey, look. It's me. I'm the real PKK Haseo.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to gain more levels before you can say anything like that.
What? Hey.
If you're a noob, we'll be happy to teach you the basics of this game.
Actually, Syllabus and I are part of the Noob Support Guild called Canard.
Noob Support Guild?
It's a guild that teaches noobs all they need to know to become top players.
We're actually pretty famous, you know.
Oh yeah, I need to give you our member addresses first. Here.
Member addresses are an address system. Made just for communicating
just
with
my
your
luck
friends
to
in the
get
world.
mixed up with a
When
bunch
inviting
of
someone into your
weirdos.
party, check their status
Even
to the right
lost
of
sight
their
of
member
Ovan.
address. If they're online, you can invite
Anyway,
them. Oh,
right
and if
now,
it says busy, it means
I've
that
gotta
they're
level
in
back
the
up
world
to
but
become
are
the
involved
terror
with
of
something
death.
else and aren't available at the moment.
Well, I guess I'll just hang out with them for a little while longer.
Look, it doesn't mean that they'll join just because you invite them to. Were you listening to me?
Yeah, I was listening.
You were? Really?
Yes, really. Anyway, come on. You're gonna teach me the basics, right? So hurry up and let's move on to the next lesson.
Okay, then let's go to an area.
Now, invite us into your party, and we'll go find the Chaos Gate.
Okay. Oh, they're already in my party. So we basically take the warp gate here, and this will take us directly over into the dome, which is where the Chaos Gate is located. So basically going here.
This is the Chaos Gate. If you input 3 different types of words,
I know that.
Okay, well then, a good area for a noob is...
Delta Peaceful Leading Freedom. That should be a good place to start.
Attention! Bringing one noob to the dungeon! Repeat, bringing one noob to the dungeon!
I told you that I'm not a noob.
I know. You're really the terror of death, right?
I can understand you wanting to roleplay something like that, but I'm not really sure if you should do Terror of Death, you know? Player killers are going to come after you, and it'll definitely be rough for you.
Hey, just shut up and listen.
So you're saying you're really the PKK Haseo, the terror of death. And when you logged in, your level went down from 133 to 1?
No way! I've never heard of a bug quite like that. Wow!
I'm not lying.
Okay, but still.
Gaspard, that's what he's role-playing.
Oh, now I get it. That's some really complicated character background.
It's not role-playing.
Don't be embarrassed. We'll accept your character concept.
Just relax and come with us.
Will you please listen to me already?
Okay. By the way, Di, do you know their voices? Syllabus is the same voice actor as Donatello in the 2012 TMNT.
The enemy has been spotted.
Okay, maybe we should start by telling you about the skill trigger.
I already know about that.
But how could you know? You're just a noob.
No, I'm not.
Why don't we give it a shot?
Okay, come on, Haseo. Let's go fight the monsters.
Don't forget to use the skill trigger, okay?
I don't know.
That was nothing.
Hello, Plushie. Welcome. It's been a while since you were in here.
Yes! Way to go, Haseo!
Yeah, looks like you can use the skill trigger just fine.
I just can't believe that you're a noob.
I told you, I'm not a...
Okay.
Let's move on.
Will you two just listen to me?
Jim! Okay, so... That's the clerk. Chim! This is a mysterious animal that resides in the world known as Chim. Approach it and kick it to acquire energy known as Chim Spheres. Chim Spheres are vital to operate the various sea machinery. So you should always keep at least 30 in stock. However, if you have too many, it may cause some difficulties. Okay. So what do you think of the Chim Chims, Di? Probably gonna tell me not to kick anymore.
There's another enemy.
Well, now that you know how to use the skill trigger, let's learn about Rengeki.
I already know about...
Okay, then let's go and fight them.
I'll tell you the timing to execute it, so make sure you use it.
Listen to me, damn it!
Don't worry, we're listening all right.
Yeah, right.
Victory's ours!
Dengeki was pretty good.
Duh.
Wow! Way to go, Haseo! Nice! I was so bad when I was a noob. Good job!
I told you, I'm not a...
Yeah, no one would think you're a noob with your skills.
Jim. Chim Chims, they're little critters.
Hey, come on! Let's keep going!
Are you even hearing anything I'm saying to you?
Let's get some more Chim Chims. Hello, Kevin. As far as I know, she's on PC with Minecraft. I don't need those stairs right now. She's playing Minecraft Java.
I'll try my best.
Well, Manja accounts don't exist anymore.
What?
I want the one with the yellow one.
I'm getting nervous.
Go after DM or after the stream.
This is bad. Let's keep it up. Let's do our best.
Wow, we did it!
Okay, so that's the beginning. Should be going this way. Okay, this has. Yes, please stay hydrated. It is very warm.
Do you know about awakening?
No, I don't.
See? I knew that you were a noob.
Hey!
Now, Haseo. We'll tell you all about them, so don't scowl.
So,
Yeah.
hold on. That's the cutscene.
So,
notes.
what is this awakening thing you were talking about?
Well, it's a special attack that you can do together with your party members. Do you want to give it a shot? It's a lot easier to understand it if you're in battle.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it. I'm gonna do my best.
Hey, I haven't agreed.
All right then, let's go encounter some enemies.
Okay. So, it all starts with a game called Da Hack, okay? It says, my understanding that Da Hack was being created at the same time as Da Hack Signs, which is an animated series. Da Hack Signs would end up getting finished before the game did. And then the game would be released. So, if you want to know the origin story of Da Hack, basically, to sum it up, somebody hacked into a game in the game called The World, which is how we get Da Hack. Just to sum things up.
Let's do our best! Awakening is a state when a special kind of power has been activated. You can use it when the morale gauge on the top right of the screen is full.
Yeah. If you really want to know exactly how any of that works, go play the original Dot Hack or watch the anime Dot Hack Signs. This game also has an anime called Dot Hack Roots, which Roots predates this game. Kind of. So the start of this game predates Roots, then Roots, and then all the events after he lost his character was reset is after Roots. And Dot Hack Signs predates Roots, or predates Dot Hack, the game. So good luck in trying to find an English version of Signs though.
Let's see. Okay, our morale gauge is already full, so go ahead and press the square button.
Here it comes! Okay, I'll do what I can.
I love using this technique.
You're welcome. I skipped some dialogue during the
You
battle.
just got one step closer to becoming the terror of death.
The enemies get stronger as we go deeper, so let's kick some butt and get you leveled up. We did it!
This requires a steam door is one of the traps that are found in dungeons. These doors can be opened by inserting an energy known as Chim Spheres. Chim Spheres can be obtained from mysterious creatures known as Chim Chims, which are found inside dungeons in Root Town. So we only need 5 Chims for this door. This requires another 5 Chims.
I'm getting nervous.
We were fighting again.
Well, that's that, I guess.
try my best.
Let's keep it up.
The environments look really good, don't they, Di? Item boxes. There are various items hidden in the item boxes. There are 3 types of item boxes: artifact treasures, objects, treasures, and trap boxes. Trigger the items with X button to search the item box. This is an item box. It has a different design depending on the area and property contains items. These treasure chests primarily contains accessories. This trap box looks very similar to the treasure box that rattles. Disabling the trap within the time limit will allow you to acquire the weapon, armor, or item within it. So we'll do this in order. We're going to do this one. I got a health drink out of that one. Pick this one. Got a health drink out of that one. Oh, that failed. So I didn't get the item of that one. I have to remember the circle buttons over on the right side.
I'm getting nervous.
Let's keep it up.
This'll be quick. Well, that's that, I guess. Hey, do you guys know anything about Tri-Edge?
Tri-Edge? No, what's that? Some kind of event monster or something?
It's the screen name of a PK.
Never heard of him.
Me neither.
This is a statue of Folset, the god of law in the world's backstory, but we just call it the Beast statue.
And there is the treasure offering. See? Go on and open it, Haseo.
Hey, little Haseo. Been a while, huh?
They're from Kestrel!
Huh? What? Hey, who are these guys?
Famous player killers. What the? Not now.
Well, well. Looks like you haven't been keeping up since the last time we met. It took me a little while to recognize that you were really the terror of death.
What? He's real?
You're really the terror of death?
How amazing. I mean, what a coincidence running into you here. I tell you, it has to be destiny.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, right, moron. Give me a break. Someone sent me an anonymous email. So I decided to come and have some fun. Now, what should we play? Well, for starters, how about I love you to death?
I don't really know what's going on. But please, no violence.
Gaspard!
He got in my way.
Oh, hell. What is this? Just what the hell is going on here? What's happening?
Haseo! Run!
Are you scared? Man, I just love that expression, you know what I mean? God, there is nothing like PK.
Wait a minute. What the? Something is starting to... It's growing.
Hold it.
You guys look like you're having fun.
Who the hell are you? You want to be killed too?
Are you sure you want to do that? The guild that you PKers hate the most might be heading this way as we speak.
Moontree? I can't believe it. You tipped them off, you bitch!
Maybe I did.
Hey! What are we gonna do?
Fighting them now is only gonna bring more problems. You! I won't forget this.
What a silly girl. Don't you realize that I just saved you?
Yeah. Thanks a lot for saving us.
You're Haseo.
I don't recall telling anyone like you my name.
You're an unruly child, just like I heard you were.
What are you, a groupie?
Nice try, but I'm not interested in brats.
Well, I'm glad. Because I don't have any interest in old hags.
What? Old hag?
Only an old person like you would use such an outdated phrase like unruly child.
Damn brat. I'll have you know that I'm...
You're...
I'll come back another time.
As you wish.
Let me just give you one warning. Haseo, your character hides something. There is a dangerous power inside you.
Dangerous power?
Have you ever had the feeling like there was something strange growing inside your character? As if it is trying to get out. Well, anyway. I'll see you again.
Phew! Oh, man. That was pretty scary.
Wow. Okay, so I didn't really get all of that, but basically, your character has some really messed up data, right?
What? Really? Well then you should go and tell CC Corporation all about it, and have them recreate your character for you.
It's not normal to go from level 133 to level 1 so suddenly.
Yeah, I know. You're right. It's definitely not normal, but... I guess you could say my enemy's not normal either.
Enemy?
If that dangerous power, or whatever she was talking about, can help, then I've got no choice but to keep using this character.
That sounds pretty serious to me. Oh well, anyway, good luck.
You know what? Come to think of it, didn't that lady say that she had already called the Moontree Guild?
That was just a bluff.
She lied?
No, not a lie exactly. That old hag just never said she had actually called them.
A bluff, huh? She's quite the strategist. What's wrong?
What are we doing wasting our time? I mean, what if those player killers come back here?
Yeah, good point. Let's hurry back to town.
I got Heavenly. I guess if I S rank all of them, I probably will get some other words.
Hey. Why don't you have Moontree protect you?
Yeah, that's right. You've got those really strong-looking PKers after you.
Moontree is a guild that supports the abolishment of PKs.
And part of their mandate includes helping PK victims out.
Moontree, huh? Oh, them. You want me to beg those hard-headed dorks to protect me? Forget about it. I'd rather be PK'd than be protected by all those lecturing loudmouths. Seriously, who makes a charity group in a game?
Haseo.
What's wrong?
How long have you been standing there? What? You got a problem?
Look, Haseo, you don't understand anything about Moontree, okay? We're just trying to make the world a more enjoyable place. We just want to reach an understanding with everyone. I mean, doesn't everyone feel like being nice to someone sometimes? We want to protect those feelings. We want to be able to protect those feelings. But everyone likes to make fun of us, saying we're just some charity group or some cult. We just want to improve, together with everyone else. We We're not here to lecture anyone. Do you get it? Do you understand? Do you, Haseo?
You...
Please, take this.
We get her member address after she just gave us a lecture.
Huh?
I'm going to do everything within my power to explain Moontree to you. I want you to better understand who we really are.
Wait, don't I get a say in this? Hey,
Yes?
so how did you even recognize me anyway? I mean, I don't look anything like I used to before.
Well, I guess it's because you're still you.
Huh?
It's true that I didn't recognize you at first, but soon after that, I realized it was you. Oh, Sakaki's calling me, so I have to get going now. But I'll tell you a lot more about Moontree next time.
Was she a member of Moontree? That's great! If you're friends with a Moontree member, the PKers are bound to leave you alone.
Man. Even though she's got the same face and everything, she's definitely not Shino.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Well, that was all really interesting. Okay, we're gonna head for another area. How about you, Haseo?
No,
Okay, got it. Well, if you need anything, just call us.
We'll help you out.
See ya.
Yeah, later.
God, I'm so beat. What was that about? And what about that woman? And the dangerous power she talked about? I'll log out and check my email or something.
Select log out from the main menu while in town to leave the world, and return to the desktop. It can only be performed while in town. To log back in, select the world from the desktop. Emails. Remember this. Pie. Remember her name. I hope you like pie, guy. Okay, so the text is a bit off center. All of this needs to be in the white area, so it didn't load incorrectly. This is basically a repeat of what we went over before, but don't forget, your character hides a very dangerous power, and we are the only ones who are capable of controlling that power. Just who are you anyways, lady? Do you not get how cryptic that you sound? Gaspard. This is a glitch on the emulator. So all this here is supposed to be in that white area, so I'm not entirely sure what the emulator is doing. So you really were the terror of death. I was so surprised. I wonder how many times I've been PK'd by now. Lol, apparently. Beast race characters are really easy targets. Something like, I don't feel bad about killing it because it's just a dumb animal. If there's anything Syllabus or I can do to help, just let us know. If you find out anything about triads, let me know. Thanks for the adventuring today with me. I never would have thought you were the real terror of death. I've heard a lot about you. This was the 4th time I've been targeted by PKers. I'm just glad I didn't actually die this time, ROTFL. So, what are you going to do now? It must be really rough having to start from scratch again. There's no need for me to say what I'm going to do next. So, what did you hear about me? Haseo, would you like to try on a quest with us? You may already know this, but quests are like part-time job for players. Basically, there are people in the world who have problems, and we could help them out. By completing quests post at the quest shop, you'll receive a reward that matches the contest of the quest. So you'll be able to not only level up, but earn money at the same time. If you're interested, there's a quest shop near the warp point in the central district of Makanu. Right now, you can probably take on a quest called the Crown Quest. If you're up to it, invite Gaspar to me. We'll be happy to return. We're happy to help you out. Okay. Atali. Loves small birds. Enjoys chatting with Moon Tree members. Nice to meet you. Syllabus. Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wants a new cell phone, a G-Power 9 graphics card, whatever the hell that is, and advanced M2D. I got your back. Gaspard. Favorite thing? Napping. Favorite food? Pala. Hates avocado, natto. Haseo, play with me. Okay, so the red, this is like the, so this little red thing that's there, that's like how close they are to this event. You'll eventually see more circles spinning around it, but you'll also see it change color throughout the game. And the more times you play with them, the more times the color will change. Let's take the picture. Here's my shot at drawing Haseo, the R2 celebrity, also known as Terror Death. I just bought this brush pen yesterday and wasted no time trying it out, but it had been so long that my arm was shaking. Scary! Man, this guy is really amazing in a lot of ways. He's a rogue, yet amazingly strong. And that looks like will be the time to save. And that will be where we're going to end it off. I know what you're saying, Di. I want to see more of the game. I only got to see a little bit. We only had 2 tutorials. the only game in history that requires 10 tutorials for the player. When you get, you've never played a game that requires 2 tutorials. So I noticed our subscriber numbers for Kick had taken a massive drop. Because weren't we over 200 on Kick? We've lost about 36 of them